Hi everyone, I'm Lisa. I'm the cancer exercise trainer at UT Southwestern's Moncrief Cancer Institute. In some of our previous moves of the week, I've done a little seated yoga with you. We've done cat and cow, we've done a little seated back bend, and we've done some seated rotation. Today, I'm going to sequence a couple of poses together for you, just so that you have a little series. What I'd like you to do is start with sitting in a comfortable chair. Sit toward the front of the chair, feet on the floor. I love to do yoga without my shoes on because it makes me feel grounded, and that's a good feeling. I like my palms up, or maybe my hands connected and my thumbs together, and take a few nice deep belly breaths. So feel your tummy expand as though there's a balloon in it, and then when you exhale, that balloon deflates. So just a couple of nice deep breaths. Connect with your breath. From here, we're going to move into a seated side bend. I'm going to have you put one hand on the chair, reach up to a point that's comfortable for you, and then gently side bend to the side, arm coming over the head. Continue to breathe deeply and hold that just to a point that's comfortable for you. You're going to feel that opening up under your arm and kind of the space between your ribs. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed. Hold it to a point of comfort. So maybe you're just kind of flowing side to side, or maybe you're staying there for a few breaths. If that feels like too much to take your arm up and overhead, you might just put your hand on your head as you side bend, or even your hand to your heart. All of those work, okay? So from here, let's go into a little seated cat and cow. So just hands on your thighs, round your spine. So think about if your pelvis is a rocker, you're going to tuck your tailbone under, and then tailbone goes back. Travel through that a couple of times, okay? I'm just teaching you a few moves today, so when you're practicing on your own, feel free to stay with those poses a little bit longer. All right? Okay. We're going to go into a seated forward bend. And to do this, I'm going to take my feet apart. I'm going to demonstrate the modification, and then I'm going to go into the full pose. So as you do this, just think about what's going to feel best to you. If you feel dizzy, if you know that a lot of head movement doesn't feel good to you, then just stay with a pose that feels good. So you might start with just your elbows on your thighs and dropping your head. You could put your hands on your shins and just gently round forward. So it's as though I'm going to look under the chair and just continuing to breathe deeply. This probably looks really funny in the video, but you guys get the idea. That's going to stretch through your spine, and folding poses also tend to be calming poses. So just go as deep or as far into that pose as feels good to you, okay? All right, we're going to do a seated pigeon. I'm going to take my heel over my knee. And for some of you, just sitting nice and tall and applying a little bit of pressure onto the knee, nice deep breath. You might find yourself leaning forward, and you're going to feel that stretch through the outside of your hip area most of the time, all right? And again, how long you hold it depends on what feels good to you, how low or how deep you go into the pose. Again, just based on what feels right. We're going to do that on both sides. So other side. Folding forward, and then coming out of that pose. All right, let's try one more thing. Feet on the floor. Actually, let's cross. So I'm going to take my right leg over my left. Hands are going to come into prayer, and I want you to turn and take your elbow to the outside of your knee. You can just kind of gently press and breathe into that. If that feels like a little too much, just come up taller with your hands on the outside of your thigh and turn that way. Both of those are just fine. So those rotation poses tend to be nice as a stretch for our back, a stretch for our hip area. Rotation poses can often be really helpful if we're having issues with digestion, which oftentimes when you're in active treatment, some of those medications can just have an impact on your digestion. So let's stop there for today. Let yourself go back into your nice deep breath. Thank you guys for being with me today. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.